I know Chiggs is in here recording this.
No Chig Smooth in here, right? So whatever you say,
sorry, you know Chig gonna have everything up there.
Whatever you say, Chig's gonna be on YouTube with it, man.
Hey Mandii, you definitely called it. Joe is definitely not going to pass up on the chance to play Another One Bites the Dust.
This happens to be a song that our former network head likes to play in the ending of very public, creative entities. We're here. I appreciate everyone that's been rocking, but you know, things come to an end.
Now, if you guys have not heard, Mandii B and Bridget Kelly's podcast, See the Thin Is, has officially come to an end. After about 2 years of being on their own for season 2, they've officially called it quits. Now, Mandii went on Instagram Live the night before their official statement was released. She basically said, yo, I'm too busy. I got mad other things going on. Out of everything in my life that I'm juggling right now, See the Thinnest podcast was the one that made sense for me to drop. Now, this was the official statements they put out yesterday. After an incredible journey filled with laughter, tears, and unforgettable moments, we are sad to announce that the See the Thinnest podcast will be coming to an end. Over the past 3 years, we have shared stories, insights, and discussions that have touched the hearts of our listeners in ways we couldn't have imagined. As the creators, we have made the difficult decision to bring this chapter to a close as we pursue new opportunities and navigate creative differences. Now, reading some of your comments from the video yesterday, some of you guys that actually watched the podcast, you guys kind of saw this coming. Somebody left a comment stating that the vibes have been off the last couple of weeks on the podcast, but outside of Bridget and Mandii, if anyone else would have had any insights about this podcast, and then it'd be Joe Budden. Joe still has some ownership in their podcast. You guys all know this podcast actually started under the Joe Budden Network. So this actually put Joe in a very conflicting spot. Joe is somebody that enjoys the demise of other podcasts. So what happens when a podcast that you're still making money from is the one that's coming to an end? Here's Joe speaking on See the Thinnest podcast ending.
Now, hold up, man. Let me cut it off, man. This one hurts. This one hurts.
Hurts what? Because you're kind of biting the dust.
Yeah, nigga. I want them to go on for life. I never wanted to see that. You shitting me? I cried a little gut thug tear when I seen that news. I was like, is it real? Yeah, no, this one hurts. Sometimes it's tough to come in here and do your job as a podcaster, man. Today is one of those days for me. I never wanted to report on something like this. I was actually conflicted with whether I should even play Another One Bites the Dust, but I got to do it just because I got to do it. That whole podcast wave of everybody getting the biggest bag in the world is over, and I think we're going to see quite a few pods, succumb. With all the money being essentially gone, there's only but so many places for people to move and shake, and there's a lot of these companies that are ad companies that are bringing you on to see what your audience can do for that specific model, and if your audience is not helpful to them, right? Because it's not enough to resonate. Like, whatever you got to do to get an audience and resonate with them, that's on you, but that's totally separate from the business of podcasting. So if we hit the button on these ads and 1 and 1 is not equaling 2, then it's going to be tough to sustain. There's a lot of podcasts with business models that don't seem sustainable long term, right? This thing started as a low overhead thing where you could get a mic and a camera and become very profitable. But as it grew, niggas got staff, sets, posts, socials, right? And if you are incurring those costs on your own, then I can see how that begins to get difficult. Some of the people that was chasing, right? At some point, you just knew what it was going to be. I mean, I don't want to. If I keep talking, I'm going to have to talk in code, and I don't want to do that with y'all.
As we pursue new opportunities and navigate creative differences.
Let's unpack that. Let's do a little bit of science here. I know it can be tough to pursue new opportunities while navigating
Whilst. Let's spice that up.
whilst navigating creative differences. So when I read that, when I hear that, I wonder, do they plan on pursuing something together again?
It doesn't sound like it at all.
Or
from that.
are they going their separate ways? I won't lie, a part of me thought when this first came out that they was just fucking pulling the 186 to get from under the Joe Budden 720 contract.
You had him in the 720?
No, I'm joking.
Thank you once again for your unwavering support. Here's to new beginnings
didn't matter.
and endless possibilities. Mandii B and Bridget
Your
Kelly.
unwavering support mattered none in the grand scheme.
We wavered.
And shit. Yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully.
I don't know if it stands. I don't know if it stands. Mel, I can tell you want to fire
Bridget
shots. I know Mandii said the little 6 mic shit when
like
you
shit.
first
She's
got
holding
brought
on
on.
to
Yeah, come on. You know how women are. Women don't forget shit.
Yeah,
so your whole posture, your tone, all of it. Come on, just get it out. Get it out.
I do not want to fire shots, especially when there's an announcement about the demise of a beloved show. Absolutely not.
Now, you can tell Joe definitely wanted to fire some more shots, especially when he tried to get Melissa Ford to diss Mandii. I actually forgot about Mandii and the whole 6 mics thing. This was back when Flip and Mel had joined the podcast. Mandii tweeted, 6 voices on a podcast? My ears hurt. The next episode, Melissa then posted a picture saying the JBP crew. Hashtag 6 mics. Then Mandii says, glad everyone knows how to count. I ain't got no beef with that girl. So you had Mandii, who was basically criticizing your podcast, your host, and the direction that you wanted to take your podcast, all for hers to come to an end a year after. If you ask me, I definitely think we will see Bridget Kelly on Patreon sooner than later. Joe knows how to see certain moments, and he knows this is definitely a moment he can't pass up. Obviously, people are eager to know the behind-the-scenes dirt that happened between Bridget and Mandii. You guys get in the comments below. Tell me what you guys think about Joe's response to See the Thinnest podcast breakup. Do you guys think Joe is too soft on them? Post your comments below. Subscribe to my channel, like this video. I'll see you guys later, man.
Hey guys, shop with my boy Chick Smooth at chicksmooth.shop.